Young Dolph. So there has been a massive update in the Young Dolph situation. It goes deep. So what happened is a third suspect has been indicted in the Young Dolph situation, and we are all finding out the guy who was indicted, Hernandez Govan, is actually the father of Ludacris Destro, Lil Uzi's artist, who was down on the 8th of October during a triple shooting. Destiny Govan, so her father Hernandez Govan, has just been indicted and in the Young Dolph situation. He is the third suspect, and they've under conspiracy to commit murder. So Fox 13 Memphis did the huge update, and they said that they obtained the exclusive documents, and in the documents they found out that several months before Dolph's situation happened, there was a whole plan to take him out. They planned it and stuff, and they all conspired. When these situations happen, we all know it is not by coincidence. We all know freak accidents don't just happen. It is very rare. There's always a whole plan and a bunch of thought put into these type of things. And that is why it has happened to so much people, because it is always deeper than rap, and they try to bring it out and talk about conspiracies, different things. A lot of these situations, most of them are targeted hits. This is what's going on. We all know this because it has happened to too many people. There is always similar and a lot of identical stuff in these type of situations that keeps on happening time and time again, over and over and over, in a bunch of different people cases. We are talking about hundreds of cases that has happened. Similar stuff has happened. At this point, it's some type of system. Even now, experts are looking into these different cases, and they are starting to see that it is more than just rap. How all these situations happen, there's always people conspiring, and plans are being put together and different things to take out these artists. Like, look how much artists have. We are not just talking about one person, two person, hundreds of artists this situation happened to. At this point, there is a whole system behind that kind of stuff happening. It doesn't just happen like this. Now we have this major update in the Young Dolph situation. They got a third person, Hernandez Govan, the father of Ludacris Destro, involved in the Young Dolph case, and they are saying there was a whole plan they found to take out Young Dolph several months before. Now the question is Ludacris Destro's situation connected to Young Dolph? And that is the reason for her not being here right now, because they got back for Young Dolph and ended up taking his daughter, Ludacris Destro, because her dad was involved in the Young Dolph situation. So she ended up paying the price for her to have been in the industry. Lil Uzi attending different things, praying for, it is just something else. Another crazy story. King Von. The second episode is aired from Hip Hop Homicides, and this is the episode with King Von. In this episode, they went into detail about a lot of stuff, but the mystery still continues when it comes to what really happened and why did King Von jump out of the car. They are still saying someone told Von this and that. And so one of the people that was featured on this episode was a DJ, they claim, who was there the night, and they said he is the one responsible for leaking the footage, who put out them clips, right? But like, I don't even believe this guy put skip. They said he was there and stuff. It's just something. Track 100 triggered by questions. Is Kayla B and Asian Doe lying? There is a lot of different stuff. Also, Mama Von did appear in this episode as well. So Kayla B revealed that she saw when the situation happened with Slutty. She showed us like exactly how they was ducking down and everything. Was Kayla B lying? Was Kayla B lying? Kayla B was there the night and stuff, and she said she couldn't see what was happening in the street, but she saw exactly what they did to Slutty and all of it. Like, it just come across like that's the thing though, around the stuff, like, is this airy weird vibe, and then there's not too much information and stuff. Like, something is off about it. Even when it comes to the police being there, it's so odd that they were even there. How many times have we heard of the police being there when them type of situations happen? Probably the police wasn't even there, but then at the same time there was dispatch calls and different things that was released, and police was there. They did fire, but then they didn't say if they got anyone or not. And like mentioned, the authorities and stuff, they're refusing to give information because it is an ongoing case. Like, it's just off. Something about it is weird. Kayla B, like, that's the thing. Like, even with Kayla B and stuff, what she said and all of it, like the energy around it and all this stuff, like, I don't know, it just doesn't come off like if she really saw it. And it's something that she's never said before. Like, I just feel like it's something that she's never said before, and now all of a sudden 2 years later she's talking about she saw the place and everything and stressing the fact. Like, I don't know, it just doesn't come across genuine. So Kayla B also responded to a fan, like, be proud, it's because of her brother all this stuff has happened to her, the stuff that she's proud about. And she started saying about it's been 2 years and all of that, and her brother, and she don't get a dime from her brother, all the stuff she started saying. And she made a video responding to the fan and stuff as well, and basically saying the same thing. This is the video right here as well.
I'm so proud of myself, y'all. I used to be running out of stores, stealing, and now I'm like a boss. Like, I live in a big ass house, like, I drive a dream car. Say to me, yeah, thank you, brother. I said, my brother been dead for 2 years now. Like, come on with the jokes now with that. Like, every dollar my brother had or is going to have or whatever is going to go to his beautiful kids. Like, KaylaB is not going to receive a penny, baby. Leave me alone. Y'all also trying to be mean girls. And then when I be a mean girl, I'm a bully.
And so that was the video, her responding to the fan and stuff. But this is the thing, right? Why is she acting like all this cat and everything didn't come because of King Von? People are even saying during the comments there, it's simple. If it wasn't for King Von, no one would have knew her. No one would have known who Kayla B was if it wasn't for King Von. So the fact that she just ignores it and talks about like, oh, all these different things about she ain't getting a penny from him and this and that and all this stuff, like ignoring all this clout, different things when it comes to King Von, it's crazy. Like, they're trying to hide the obvious. Asian Doll was featured in the episode as well. They did interview her, trying to find out the real story and stuff. Also, Asian Doll is out as well. Like, they just let her out not too long ago. She made this video right here.
So your girl is bad and play with me. All y'all trying to play with me, yeah, it's up for y'all. I went and got my hair done, yes. I want to put that shit on. Yes. And I'm about to give y'all hell. Yes.
When it comes to the interview and the questions that they asked her, she deflected from all the questions. She didn't answer none of the questions. They were trying to find out if it was really about her and stuff, like if she was really involved in the situation with YB and Von and stuff, the beef and everything. And they tried to even say, like, you know, it was social media influence beef, all the stuff. I tried to really ask her, like, if she was with YB and stuff, and she didn't really give no answer or anything. She said what's in the dark will come to light and different things. Like, you know, it's just crazy. Like, it is just crazy. She asked the guy, what are they saying? And the guy said, well, they are saying basically you was with YB. They're saying that after Von posted up with Jania, YB used Asian Doll to get back and all of it. Up taking pictures, like they did a song and stuff, and they take picture and over, and people were saying like the song and everything, like different things, like she knew. But then it was really interesting as well, because Kayla B said something. They asked Kayla B about YB as well, and Kayla B said that, oh, he was a hater and he was jealous because Von kept taking all his girls. She said girls with the S on the end, so it made me feel like, was Asian Doll with YB before Von? Was Asian Doll with YB before King Von? It's a lot of stuff. There was a lot of stuff that was exposed in that documentary as well. Even when it comes to Little Tim and stuff, like the no trial date and everything, and the mystery around the police and stuff, and how they are not giving up any information, holding information from the public, from Atlanta, all these different things. Like, it is so odd. The detective said that, you know, there could be a possibility that wasn't there a guy that's like interviewing and stuff. He said that who knows, like it could be a thing where a cover-up is happening and everything when it comes to Slutty and stuff, because no one was charged with the Slutty situation that night. Like, it is just something else. The guy that leaked the footage and everything being shown on there. Then we have Track 100, King Von's manager, the manager who was there that night. He was well. Imagine a whole 5 people was got that night. Louis, King Von, Slutty, Little Tim, and 100kTrack all got them that night. Like, so It is very interesting when it comes to the 100kTrack interview. Now, like, this guy is something else. This guy, I tell you, I've been telling you guys, like, this guy is something else. Like, it's the ignorance for me. It is the ignorance for me. And you could see he's lying as well, scratching his head and different things, like talking about, oh, they definitely did slutty and stuff, and the police definitely did it. And then the guy's like, well, did you see them did it? Like, how do you know they did it? And then he's like, oh, they were the only people that... Get this, after the guy that shoot Van. What you mean after the guy that shoot Van? If you saw the police did slutty and stuff as well, you were standing right beside King Van, so that means you definitely saw when little Tim did that to King Van and stuff. And that's what he should be saying. 100kTrack is a witness. Like, he saw exactly what little Tim happened to Van. Don't talk about, oh, after the guy and all this stuff has scratching his head. He saw exactly what happened. He saw exactly who did it and stuff, because he was standing right beside King Van. And that's another reason why it doesn't make sense as well, because why does it seem like there wasn't any normal people around there who really like saw what happened? Or have they just ignored these people? Like, what is really going on? 100kTrack is a suspect. I'm telling you guys, like, we've been all telling you guys that something is off about it, and his attitude and stuff. I'm talking about, oh, why no one is talking about the police? Ask me that again. Ask me the question, why no one is talking about the police? Like, duh, like, you know, it's the attitude for me. It's just like, you know, so dismissive when it comes to different things. And even thinking about it does make me feel like he probably refused to give a statement in the King Von case, because remember, he was standing right beside Von, and then he was got as well. Like, he saw exactly what happened. So that and many other things probably lead up to why there is no trial date set. And I mean, the guy's attitude on them episodes, you can just tell, like, in some sort of orders, like, something is going down. Like, he saw exactly what happened, as well as all these other people. Oh no, he says, oh, he relates to these artists and stuff because, you know, they have similar lifestyle and all of it. But this is the time where he should be stepping up, being in the manager position, and getting the answers to these questions instead of getting triggered by these questions. Make it make sense. But it's not just that, right? This 100kTrack stuff, he is the one that should have been trying to chase up these questions about why they're not talking about it, and stress the fact, you know, that happened and stuff, and him being the manager and different things. But that is not happening. You see how interesting it is, right? And then when it's time to answer these very important questions, now he's sitting up there talking about, oh, why are they not talking about it, this and that, and basically going on a rant and stuff. And at this point, like, the guy who was even interviewing him was kind of off, like, what, like, where's this attitude coming from? Was very triggered by the questions. He was very triggered by the stuff they were asking him, and they're like, it is crazy, like, I'm telling you. And even when he scratches and talk about the guy who did Van, what are you talking about? The guy who did Van, you was right there. If you could have seen the police did slutty, and you are saying they definitely did, then you are a witness to the King Van situation. Come up there, and this is the same person who talk about little Tim shouldn't do no time for the situation and stuff. That's what I'm telling you. When you look at this whole case, something is odd. And then when it comes to what Kayla B said and all of it, like, he is saying the same thing as well. So it kind of looks like they all conspired and stuff, and they all said that and everything. And they told Kayla B to said that, and she went out there and talked about, oh, she saw this and she saw that, this and that. I'm telling you, all conspired and everything, and that they're putting the story out there. It's just a different narrative. It is just a different narrative. We all know what's going on. We've been seeing what's going on. We've seen it all. It is crazy. Like, do not believe what you're seeing there. It is just mad. I cannot believe the ignorance of Track 100 sitting up there talking about this, about, oh, why they're not talking about it and all of it, when he should be chasing these answers to get, you know, calling them up and trying to find out different things and presenting himself as a manager, all this stuff. Like, there is a lot of stuff, like, that's how you know he's a shady manager as well. It's something else, man. Like, so yeah, so the update they gave us about little Tim, now they're saying no trial date has been started, the situation still stands, and slutty, there was no one charged for that situation. When they put out the same and all of it, like, they're not trying to give any information around the police who was there or anything. They said it's ongoing and they are withholding all the information. So that is something else. Like, that is crazy. But episode Hip Hop Homicide, but that was the episode from Hip Hop Homicide and stuff, all the things that they got in, all the important stuff, you know, the guy who leaked the footage and everything coming out, you know, smirking and all of that at one point, they was smirking and stuff and just having this attitude, and then Kayla B. Kayla B saying she saw the police did. Like, is she a witness at this point? Is Track 100 a witness? Like, it's a lot of things. And then Balo as well. So when it comes to Balo's partner, like, you know, Balo talks about growing up with King Von and stuff, and it's about Slick from Ada Park, King Von's dad, how he went like at a young age and everything, and that's what ultimately led King Von to the streets and stuff. And these situations, we see it play out all the time, how, like, you know, like these traumatic events will affect the household and affect different things. And that's what happened. They're saying, the producers as well, a lot of people was mad. They were talking about Balo and Von growing up, but then they showed pictures of T-Roy. Why are they showing pictures of T-Roy and stuff? Like, if there's not all these pictures of Balo and King Von growing up when they were young, all the stuff, different things. So it's like, you know, they're more focused on the production, all of it. Like, even Balo, he said he don't mess with the interview. Balo don't mess with the show and stuff. Like, Balo's not messing with the show. The family is not messing with it. None of it. Balo even said on his Instagram, like, he said way more stuff, and what they even put in add up. It just do not add up. Like, something is off about it. This documentary and stuff, at this point, it's a money grab. Literally, at this point, it's nothing other than a money grab. And it's so crazy to the point where Balo's Instagram was even removed for posting a clip, get this, of himself on the show, of himself on the episode. His Instagram was taken. He posted it on TikTok as well. They removed it from there. He got a warning and everything. So, like, that's what's going on right now. It's a huge money grab. They literally turned King Von into a bunch of stories and stuff. They turned him into a bunch of stories and stuff. These people out here, the people in the industry, all of them, like, it's just crazy. They haven't moved to Atlanta and all of it. And another thing we found out is where exactly Kayla B was. Kayla B said that she was on the other side with Slutty and them, and that's where a lot of people suspected she was, because believe it or not, people made her out and stuff, but the only thing is she said she was inside the car and all of it. Like, a bunch of different narratives and different things about that night. Notice how they briefly showed the subliminal messages when it comes to the Dirk and Von case. Outside Veracity showed Von on the video and all of it. Like, who do you think that came from? What do you think exactly is going on here? They're trying to rule out Little Dirk and stuff, and trying to make people believe Von who did it and Little Dirk didn't have anything to do with it. They're telling on Von, so they made it about, you know, the police and stuff doing it and all of that, not make it so much about the video and everything. Tried to make it about that. What was the point of it? What was the whole point? What was the point of it? Was there any new information? This is crazy. They're spreading the narrative and stuff. And what's up with the piece? It doesn't make sense. It is a promotional stand. This one, it's a promotional stand. And then now we have news coming out about, you know, they found out there was an original plan of Lada Cash Destra and all this stuff. This is what happened. These plans taking place because of so much people it's happened to. It is not a coincidence. All these people it's happened to. It's not a coincidence. Like, it's been happening for years now. And look at how it's increased over the years. That's what they're talking about. How drastically it is increased. And how bizarre all these and stuff of these different people, and we all see it play out. There is also one more thing that Track 100 said I found interesting. He said that, you know, he can't get up with revenge on his mind or thinking about little Tim, because it's like, you know, when evil meets evil, and that only leads to destruction. For some reason I heard that different. It's like he was trying to say that Von's evil or something, like, you know, when evil meets evil and stuff. Like, it just came across different for me. I heard it different. Now this episode is out. They're going to follow it up with the FBG Doc 1, and in that FBG Doc 1 they're going to talk about, you know, move up in the case and different things, and all blocking King Von and stuff and make him out. Let's see what they're going to do there. Said in the first episode as well, he's well fed in the streets and everything, and the king of Jill, all this stuff. So they're gonna say more stuff and all of it. And the worst part about it is the family is trying to get out there what King Von was really like, what Dave Von Bennett is like, the person Dave Von Bennett is and stuff, like different things, you know. So they just run with what they want to run with and stuff in the media and all of it, and they say these different things. And now, you know, like the FBG Doc episode and all of it, and they're gonna cover a lot of things, and let's see how deep they go with it as well, because it looks like they're all gonna continue from it. It looks like this is part 1, and then part 2 is coming. All gonna try and get, like, you know, different things, and then move up and all of them, and like, it's crazy. And they're gonna give us an update on the case as well, on what is happening with the move up and them situation. Is move up gonna come out? Is there bail? Is there a trial date? Different things. They're gonna try and follow up and get that kind of information. 50 Cent did not not appear on this episode. It looks like he appeared on the first episode and then that's it. Like, it doesn't seem like he's going to appear in any of the other episodes. Then, you know, this was all put together with Mona Scott Young. We all know the stuff that's happening, and we've seen it happen time after time, and it's like a whole system that is there right now, and these rappers are being set up and stuff, and they are literally taking them out one by one, and like they're making them into stories. They're turning them into a bunch of stories and making all this money on them. Like, it's just crazy. This is what's happening. It is still going on. It is increased over the years drastically. Like, it is just increased. All the stuff, like even now the takeoff in and stuff, and it's like, it's so big, it looks like a concert. Like, it literally looks like a concert, and the public was able to attend all of it. Like, how do we feel about this? How do we feel about the takeoff situation? It's more like a ceremony that's going on. It's more like a ceremony. It's like a follow-up from the Halloween situation. Like, even that case as well is so odd, it's so off. And then, like, you know, all the similarities that came up connecting to other cases and stuff, and we are going to see this all play out time after time, again and again and again, if something doesn't happen, if it doesn't stop. Like, and the people in the industry that are not saying anything, they are the ones that need to be held accountable and need to be called out and need to be exposed, because they are the ones that's not saying anything about it. And then these situations keep happening. Like these people said in my last video, they come out, they're obsessed with sex culture, all the stuff, they're obsessed with all of this stuff, and then they come out when it's time to celebrate. And right now, how much people is at that takeoff in all? They all celebrate and take off and all a bit, but then they wouldn't try to stop or combat these type of acts and the things that go on in this industry. It keeps happening, and they took Von and all of it and they turned them into a bunch of stories and stuff. It's crazy. It is something else.